it's got to come from the top too. You could have the
It's us.
strongest team in the world that preaches all this. If you got someone at the top who
Disregards.
thinks they're perfect and
Yeah.
doesn't need to make any improvements, it's never going to work.
Correct.
It has to be from the top down. Absolutely. So the third component is social awareness, and that is where we get into empathy a little bit. And empathy is huge. Again, you talk about EI and you talk about self-awareness. I know empathy always gets thrown into emotional intelligence as well, and I know we've focused on it and we've talked about it on one of our calls. And it's empathy not just within the company, empathy for customers, empathy for clients.
Yeah.
Heck, it's empathy for the entire world. We talked about how we're having such a good year, and we sat down and we said, you know, it's been a few years since we've been in a situation like this. Who can we give back to? What can we start giving to? Because we're really lucky. In our call, so last Friday when I was in a bad mood, I thought, what better way to get out of this than to talk about gratitude? Let's sit here and let's just all talk about what we have to be thankful for. Not professionally, can be professionally, not necessarily, but I made everybody go around the room and talk about one thing they were thankful for, and it was awesome.
Right.
We cried,
Right.
we talked. I mean, it kept going, and,
Right.
and what you realize is you have a lot to be thankful for when you start talking about it instead of talking about the things that are minor inconveniences.
Yeah, and I guess it shouldn't be any surprise, but the number one thing that people are grateful for in their lives is what?
Family.
Family, right? And I said
It was
right
number
there,
one.
I said we can all say the same thing if we
Right.
need to. It's fine,
Right. And we did.
right?
And
For
it was
more or less,
fine.
right?
And it obviously it's crazy important. It's what fuels all of us at some deep DNA level, obviously, and as it should.
Right. So it's funny. I said when I got to this point, I made a big giant asterisk in my notes. A big part of empathy for us as vendors, and I've mentioned it to our people internally a million times, especially people who come to us that are new employees who aren't used to the automotive industry. I'm like, look. These aren't bad people that you're talking to. You're going to have some rough conversations. Right. It's a really, 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 really hard job.
Yes.
It's very stressful. You cannot sit here and judge from your chair and say, this guy, this girl is a jerk.
Right.
Everyone is having their own battles. Everyone's having their own fights. I wrote down my quote, my Plato quote, because I loved it, and I mentioned it on the call where we talked about empathy. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle.
Okay, guys, those of you listening, watching, so forth, I'm going to ask Joe to reread that. Please take out something to write with. I'll give you 5 seconds. Don't do this while you're driving the car. Just hit it on the replay. But this is what Joe just said is one of the keys to all of this. So if you could, Joe, one more time with that.
Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a harder battle.
Right. You don't know. It's like our Dead at Midnight thing. You don't know what's happening in that other person's life. You have absolutely zero clue what's going on. Vendors, listen up. You're talking to a manager. That manager, I don't care what size organization it is, that manager has, if he or she has, let's be a sales manager, has 20 salespeople. I'm telling you, for sure, as we're all breathing right now, 2 of those people are total knuckleheads. and he or she has got to deal with that. And the other 18 people, it's unfair to them. You know, they need the manager, and they need the manager to be on the ball, but he or she's got to deal with those 2 knuckleheads. So you got to look at it through your manager's eyes sometimes. Oh, my manager's, was it his idea to order all these white cars? They all look the same. Was it his idea to put our ad budget this way? Was it his idea to change the CRM? Was it his idea to do this, do that, and another thing? And he or she gets blamed for everything. We have to have empathy for that manager because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, unless you've been there, you have no idea. It is a tornado 60 hours a week. And at the end of the month, when he or she has to go to the GM, or if you're a GM and you got to go to the dealer principal, or if you're in a dealer group, you have that situation,